In the year 2022, I was supposed to start a work in another state, in a city, and one day the Lord came to me in a dream and asked that I move to another city, which is Lagos. I struggled with that thought for a few hours, but within that same day, I yielded to God. So we came to Lagos, and the first place the Lord sent us to was Fagba community. It didn't take time before I knew this is my urban mission field.
I remember when we started this ministry, we started first with discipleship. Then after the discipleship program, we ran the discipleship program for a year.
And within about 2 weeks, we were able to reach out to 18, actually more than 18, almost about 80 to 90 people. So, but we have 80 that yielded and they show up physically for our first discipleship meeting held in a restaurant.
I met Pastor Jason a few years back, and ever since then, actually we stopped talking. Then that was last year. I was in a state of confusion. Then I prayed concerning what the Lord is saying concerning my life, concerning ministry at the point of time. And the Spirit of the Lord ministered to me to partner with Him, to come and talk to Him concerning what He's doing right now. So I did that. So ever since then, He invited me. Then I come over. Then He explained the vision of the commission God has placed in His hand. And I prayed about it, and the Spirit of the Lord asked me to partner with it. That is what I need to do at this point in time.
The Holy Spirit told me I should go and talk to Pastor Jason. Then I had to obey the voice of God. Firstly, I never knew that Pastor Jason was about to start a work in Father. I never knew that Pastor Jason was about to start a church in Father. So in obedience, I went to meet Pastor Jason, had a conversation with him, then we spoke. Then after the conversation, Pastor Jason made me know that they were about to establish a church here in Father. So that's how everything began. I began to work with Pastor Jason, and it has been an awesome moment.
Then after the discipleship, God planted a burden in Pastor's heart to start a church here in Fagba.
Initially, we did not have any church plan for Fagba community, just to disciple men and then support other churches that are already existing. And then the Lord began to minister to us the need for us to set up another home base for those new people that the Lord begin to bring to us. So I struggled with this for a short while, but eventually I yielded to God. And the struggle was now, should we move now as at then, our discipleship base has grown significantly. We have people joining in almost at every of our meetings. The Lord ministered to me in a very clear way that the church work is going to be a new work entirely. And those that we have raised as disciples, we release them back to their churches and communities to go and shine the light.
But there was no money in our account. So we were only coming to negotiate with the manager in charge of the venue by faith. So we were doing that for a year before we could get the money to pay. So as God will have it, we were able to pay for the venue, and then we started the church. Just myself, my husband, and Pastor Mike.
It was actually a wonderful moment. That day, I witnessed a pastor, Pastor Jason, his wife, Pastor Esther, and I, and some other people witnessed that day. That was the first moment the work began in Father.
At the planting of the church in November 2023. We were 3, myself, my wife, and then a brother that the Lord led to serve with us, person of Mike Zion. So we started the church with 3.
When we began to walk, we began to see a lot of diverse manifestations of the Spirit of God.
The day we planted this church, it started in the midst of crisis. My father-in-law was in the hospital fighting for his life, and I was discharged from the hospital at the same day in Ibadan. Then we traveled all the way from Ibadan to Lagos, where the same day I was discharged from the hospital to plant the church. So we were just so positive, and we were keen on obeying God's instruction as regards his ministry. And to God be the glory, he had a successful planting.
For the first few months, all we were doing every Sunday when we come to church, just I, Pastor Jesumbo, and his wife, we come to church every Sunday, and we actually hold service. We hold service every Sunday, not missing a day. Even if there was no member in the church, we keep coming, believing and trusting in the word of God.
If at a point we began to do 2 services, just the 3 of us, 2 services on Sunday and on Thursday, consistently for about 6 months. All we do is to pray, and at the point we began to evangelize in beat. And then later the Lord released us to really go into the community fully. We began morning cry, we stationed in the streets, reach out to them, and then we started a couple of outreaches and crusade in the community.
We go for missions, evangelism, morning crying, seminars, different occasions.
Within this 1 year, which I can say is 6 months of active work when it comes to evangelism, because the first 6 months of the work we were practically just praying and then waiting on God for direction, because the Lord gave us a very dynamic pattern that we ourselves we didn't understand at the beginning of the work.
Per time and per seasons, there were shiftings. Per times and per seasons, there were a lot of transition.
One of the things that happened, we're able to launch within 6 months. We're able to launch 2 self-fellowships, and one of the self-fellowship focuses on adult and family people, which gathers between 9 and 18 people on a weekly basis. And then the second self-fellowship targets the teenagers, which gathers between 4 and 9 young people every week. Aside this, we also have seen God added to us in a very amazing way, and we've seen good signs and wonders, all kinds of miracles that have followed this work within the last 1 year.
The Lord has been doing miraculous, marvelous, mind-blowing things far above our widest imagination. The Lord has stayed true and faithful to his word.
We can say one of the milestone that God has helped us to accomplish in this 1 year is an unusual influence in the community.
Orúkọ mi ni Rauf Olúwabùsáyọ̀. Mo join Life Center láti bí 2 months ago. Ọlọ́run ṣe ohun ìyanu fún mi látìgbà tí mo ti join Life Center. Ọlọ́run ṣe ìyanu fún mi lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀, because ó ní àwọn kan tó ní pé ó ṣe mí kó tó di pé mo join. Ọlọ́run dẹ̀ bá mi ṣẹ́gun kìíní yẹn. And then after ìgbà yẹn, Ọlọ́run tún yà mí lẹ́nu, ó tún ṣe nǹkan fún mi, ó tún ṣàánú mi lórí iṣẹ́ mi, tó yẹ pé ẹnìkan dìde fún ìrànlọ́wọ́ fún mi. Ó dẹ̀ san owó almost 60,000 naira tí mi ò ti expect rárá. Ó dẹ̀ ṣe fún mi, so Ọlọ́run ṣe ìyanu fún mi gan lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀. So mi ò regret pé mo join Life Center.
My name is Adeshino Abbas. I was working one day because I traveled. When I got back from travel, I met my friend. He's also a dancer. We're in school together. So it was like we already joined another group. I was like, what is the name of the group? He said King's Club Academic. They are helping people. They are training people, spirits and through physical, how to know more about your destiny. Then I was like, okay, I'm interested in the academic. Then we went there together. I met Master Mike. He teach me so many things that I couldn't even understand before, more about life in a spirit way and the physical way. So as I get to join, I noticed there's something wrong with me. I don't remember something quickly. So, and I don't like praying. I don't like praying. So you speak with me, teach me. I host a cell meeting at my house, teaching people about God, knowing more about life and destiny. But I'm just a street dancer before, but now I'm no longer a street dancer. I dance for the good, to teach. And my dance is not about just anyhow dance. It's about praising God, giving thanks to God, glorifying God.
My name is Blessing Obasi. I was invited to this church. So ever since I joined them, a lot of things has changed about me, about my family. I've been seeing the goodness of God in my life, in my family. And I've been grateful. I enjoy everything they do. Their preachings and everything, I enjoy it so much. And it has changed a lot of things in my life. Ever since then, even since I joined them, I can be able to talk to somebody about God, to stand boldly and talk to someone about God and tell someone how good God is or what God has even done to me. I can stand boldly and talk to someone about God now, ever since I joined them.
My name is Adedayo Robi. How I met Life Center, I was just passing by very early in the morning. And I saw Pastor Zion preaching. And I told him I love their preaching. And he told me I should come to their church. Then I came. I thank God for the gift of life and His message and His grace over my life. Because I have one problem. So one spirit just came over me. Then I'll start trekking around. I may trek for 5 hours. Well, now it has reduced totally. And I know that if I'm still coming to Life Center, it will perfect it very well. And again, when I had some battles then, I lost all my contacts. I was just at home looking for customer. And by coming to Life Center every day, they told me I should be calm. Everything will still be better. One customer just called me that he has been finding me since, and he gave me clothes to sew.
God has given us God has given us goodwill in the community and influence through the work. So our perspective to church ministry in Fagba is we see the entire community as a church catchment area, while we see the four walls of the church as a place where we just train, we have our meetings, we prepare, we plan, we groom disciple, and then we get back to the community where we really do the church work. By training, I'm a management person, I'm a strategic planner. I help organizations and even ministries to do planning, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years planning. But for this, God would not allow us to even have a 5-year plan. So it was working with God at every step of the way. And then for me, seeing how our faith works is just amazing. It's just really amazing. And then we've seen God bless every of our moves. There's no effort we've made at Life Center that has not yielded a good result. All our prayers, we see God answering. Provision, that is another miracle on its own.